I'm Eden, and we are going to work on Eka Pada Rajo Kapotasana prep, pigeon prep. It's a beautiful hip opener, and we're going to give lots of options if you have any knee issues or you're really working to open those hips. We can do this on the back as well. So we're going to start seated, and we're going to just have a little fun. Here we go. Take your right shin so that it's about parallel to the front of your mat. So you don't want it in towards your left hip, but instead forward. And then take your left foot and cross it over your right thigh. So you can keep the foot flat here, and you're going to try and work this left hip down towards the mat, and you can hang on here and lift. Now, if you can go a little further, the next option is ankle to thigh. So it's not foot to thigh, different. Ankle to thigh, give that knee some space. And you might be lifted here like this, in which case you can grab the front of the shin, flex the feet like you're standing on them, and then lift up. If you can drop here, so you're also ankle to thigh, you might fold forward some amount. Flex these feet, keep them strong so you're protecting the knees as you draw the toes back towards their own knee. A few breaths with whatever choice is working well for you and allowing you space and progression. It could be the very first choice. Just breathe with it. In and out of the nose. I breathe out through my mouth because I'm talking at you. You can too. Just make sure you breathe in through the nose. You don't want to breathe in through your mouth. That puts us into fight or flight. Our body gets a little bit tense, which is what we're probably working against. Come on up. Hands at your sides. Let's switch. Left shin parallel to the front of the mat. Cross your right foot over. Flex the feet, stay here, and lift. Ankle to thigh. Grab the shin and lift. Or also this ankle to thigh, maybe fold forward. So this pose is sometimes seated pigeon, fire log pose, or using it as seated pigeon to build towards our other pigeon. And as a variation, if it helps you to work towards opening your hips in a more comfortable way. About 2 more breaths. One more. Hands at your sides. Uncross. All right, so from here we're going to lie back onto our backs, knees bent, feet flat. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh and then guide that right thigh forward, away from you. You can stay like this if that feels like that's enough of a stretch. To add a little more, you might send your hand between the legs and your other hand on the outside, interlace behind that left thigh. And then you can play with it. Press the thigh into your hands or draw the thigh back towards you. Both are good. Feel it out. If your foot's right on the ground, you're just gently guiding. Don't shove that knee away. Just guide it away with each breath. About 3 more breaths. Still flex those feet. 2. 1 more. Land that left foot if it's not. Land the right foot. Left ankle, right thigh. Okay, open that knee out. Stay here or interlace behind that thigh. Flexed feet. Draw in or press the thigh into the hands. Just see which one feels best. Now, if you have any knee issues or lower back or hip issues, this reclined pigeon is a beautiful option for you any and every time that you want to open your hips. And you can stay with it and do 1 more round as we go to the next space, if that's what you need. Uncross, land your feet. Roll to one side, sit on up. Unless you're staying on your back, just stay right there and we'll meet you there. Down dog. Wiggle out your hips side to side. Okay. Left foot forward, pigeon prep. So for your pigeon prep, it is key that your knee, your front knee, points out about 45 degrees to the left. You do not want it to point straight ahead out of your hip because you're not going to get that stretch. So you have to move it out, which means that you might have this left foot back by your right thigh. The knee still goes out. You might lift up quite a bit under your hips to give yourself that space. So you just pivot the knee out. You don't have to move the foot. It can stay back there. Just pivot the knee out. And then if you want more stretch, you're going to take that foot further forward to sink the hips lower. Now, for this round, please keep your back toes curled under and take a look back at those toes. That foot should be in line with this hip, not in or out. And this foot should not be twisting the ankle here. Okay? Don't dump into your left hip, but instead even out and hold yourself on both hips. All right, about 5 breaths. Maybe get lower, maybe don't. Drag your heart forward and just fill up with that life force. One more breath here. If you're on your back, you're just going to uncross, take a breath, and pause there. If you're here, you're going to step back, down dog. And wiggle out your legs any which way you need to. Relax your neck and your jaw. Every bit is connected. Right foot forward, pigeon prep. Take that right foot back as far towards your left thigh as you need it to be. And lift up the hips as high as you need so that they're even and not weighted into that right hip. Lower any amount. Back toes curled under. Take a quick glance back. Just make sure. Yep, that foot's coming out of my hip. How about you? Drag your heart forward. About 5 breaths. And if you're enjoying any of these stretches extra, come back to them. Do them again. Take more breaths. 2 more. 1 more. If you are on your back, please uncross your legs and land your feet. If you are here in Ekapada Raja Kapotasana, prep, step back, down dog. If you're in down dog, walk your feet to your hands. Have a seat. If you're on your back, roll to one side and come on up. So now you have a good foundation to work a little deeper into those pigeon preps. And choose the ones that work well for you, and it might be different on any given day. Well, yesterday I had my hips fully down, and today I just need to be on my back. Yeah, embrace that. Know your options, know your alignment, and move with that mindfulness. Thank you for being here with me. If you'd like a longer class or many more of them, please join me at yogieden.org. The link is in my bio. Namaste.